Most of the time, if you sample, expect to get sued and expect to meet me in a circumstance you're not going to want to like. I have sued Drake twice now. Okay, so he knows who I am. And I'm a fan of his music, at least his earning capacity.
By the way, Drake at the beginning, he sampled one of my clients on his first mixtape. He did a mixtape. It was for free. I don't know if that was what you were involved with. He sampled one of my clients' songs. He didn't get permission from anybody.
Yeah,
and it was the whole basis for
right.
the song. And he said, well, it was a free mixtape.
And yes, you have to clear samples. Simple.
So can you explain to us clearing samples? Can you break it down?
Okay, there's two rights. There's the song. There's the right to the musical composition, the underlying musical composition. You have to get the permission from the publisher if you want to change anything overall, or if you're, you know, you go to the publisher usually and say, I want to get a license to do this. Will you allow me to do that? Most of the time they will do that, and they will probably give you a reduced rate. They're going to say, oh, you're going to put this, you want to put this in connection with another song? We own 25% of your song. That's a lot of the time what's going to happen. Nothing wrong with that, I expect it. Similarly, if you're going to use the actual music of a recording, you have to clear that musical recording as well and go from the record label or the recording artist, whoever may own it, and oftentimes, and usually they will say, you will give me a piece of the action as well, depending on how it's going to be used. And sometimes they'll say also up front, you will give me an advance or money or something along those lines, but that's how you do it. And let me say one other thing. When you use a song in connection with audio-visual, you have to clear those rights as well, and that's called a synchronization license for the song composition, and it's called a master use license for the sound recording itself. And you know, a big case was Prince sued some mother who had her little baby dancing to a Prince tune or something like that, and the court ultimately kicked his ass, or Universal's ass, I believe it was, saying, look, this is so over the top, and how do you know this wasn't a situation that should have been excused under like a 2 Live Cruise kind of a thing that was commentary. So if you are trying to make a commercial venture out of it, you're going to get challenged.
Well, and by the way, there's no guarantee. That's why you have to get clearance. They might say no. I've had some people that try to do works of some famous artists like Lou Reed and Don Henley, and those guys said, we don't want anybody doing other versions of our music. So,
and I'll tell you,
no.
Yeah, I had a client who came to me, this is another situation, it's not sort of sample, but my client wanted to do, and did produce, a musical about the British invasion, and wanted 3 songs he felt were key from a famous British songwriter, who said, no, I am doing my own musical. My guy went ahead and did it anyway, and there was a really nasty lawsuit, and my guy lost. The way it works for parody is, and I have been involved in a case involving this, is they measure how much of the song was used, and to what extent did it affect the value of that particular song overall for other particular uses and things like that. So there's kind of a fairness. You know, if you use it all the way through, you know, as I recollect that song, they just said, you know, pretty well, it wasn't a, you know, that big a use in the song. It was used, but it wasn't the entire song.
They couldn't sing the melody very well.
Yeah. If they were to do, you know, you take a lot of it, and you're not going to succeed ordinarily.
We have another question here.
We have another question.
Yes. So instead of sampling the master recording, can I get somebody to replay it, or will I run into issues as well?
Yeah, you can do that, and then you've eliminated that problem. You just have to clear the composition.